Far down at the tip of the African continent lies the Republic of South Africa, a unique combination of modern attitudes and African myth. But when you think of South Africa, what comes to mind? A nation in transition, South Africa has gone through many turbulent times. In 1994, it made history with its first democratic election in which people of all races were able to vote. Now this modern African country, rich in resources and diversity, faces the future with confidence. With a population of 35 million, South Africa is more than 471,000 square miles in area, about twice the size of Texas. It shares borders with Namibia in the northwest, Botswana and Zimbabwe in the north, and Mozambique and Swaziland in the northeast. South Africa also completely surrounds the Kingdom of Lesotho, a separate nation that used to belong to the British. Instead of states, South Africa is made up of 9 provinces. The PWV province in the north contains the largest city, Johannesburg, and the nation's capital, Pretoria. South Africa measures almost 1,000 miles from north to south and east to west. It's divided into 3 distinct land regions: the Plateau region, the mountains, and the coastal belt. This unique geological feature of a vast plateau means most of South Africa lies fairly high above sea level. The plateau is like a giant basin, rising up at the edges, creating mountains, then dropping down to the coastline. This plateau feature makes South Africa dry, with temperatures averaging around 80 degrees in the summer and 50 degrees in the winter. Being in the southern hemisphere, South Africa's seasons are opposite those in the U.S. Except for a small area to the north, almost all of the country lies on and south of the Tropic of Capricorn, about 1,500 miles south of the equator. South Africa has open grasslands, continuous mountains, and some thick forests. But perhaps its most distinguishing feature is the 2,500 miles of coastline. Two oceans wash the country on 3 sides, the cold Atlantic Ocean on the west and the warm Indian Ocean on the south and east. Cape Point, a peninsula in the southwest, juts out, almost dividing the 2 oceans. Near Cape Point lies Cape Town, second largest city after Johannesburg. In the built-up urban areas like Cape Town, South Africa looks like any other fast-paced first-world country. Known as the Mother City, Cape Town is home to almost 2 million people. Under the watch of historic Table Mountain, this city is an example of the rich diversity of people and cultures that make up South Africa. A melting pot of East and West and Africa in between, many cultures have made their home here for centuries. The population of 35 million is made up of 4 main groups. 25 million, the largest group, are black. Whites, East Indians, and coloreds make up the other 10 million. The coloreds are a race of mixed descent. Most are from children of early Dutch sailors and either local women of the Hottentot tribe or Malay women brought from the East Indies as slaves. South Africa was initially colonized by the Dutch in 1652 and then taken over by the British in 1806. By this time, the original Dutch settlers regarded South Africa as home and spoke Afrikaans, a language that had evolved from Dutch. Around 1820, many English settlers made South Africa their home as well. This is why white South Africans today speak either English or Afrikaans. When the Dutch first arrived at what is now Cape Town, there were 3 local groups inhabiting South Africa. Today, 2 of them, the Bushmen and the Hottentots, are almost non-existent. The third group, the Bantu, were made up of the Nguni, Sutu, and Tswana tribes. Hundreds of years later, these tribes still make up the main black groups in South Africa. Apart from English or Afrikaans, South Africans speak any one of about 11 different languages. 2 of the most common are Zulu and Xhosa, with its unique click sounds. Since English is the only international language spoken in South Africa, it is most commonly used as the language of trade and commerce, especially here in Johannesburg, the country's commercial, financial, and industrial center.